Do we have any awesome virgins in the house? By an awesome virgin, that means this is your first time at a convention. Okay, so a lot of people. So some of you can probably understand that day one at Awesome, I was friendless. No friends, didn't know anyone. So when I walked in, of course, the first thing I did, I went straight for the food. And I just thought everyone would just look at me like, oh, the reason why she's not talking to anyone is because she's stuffing her face. Okay, not true. I just didn't know anyone. So, but I met some friends actually from Northwestern. They were really nice to me. They talked to me, and we became friends. And I think it's one of their advisors actually came over and was like, "Oh, all the Northwestern girls, let's go eat." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't go to Northwestern," even though she didn't hear me say that the first time. So she's like, "Okay, come on, like let's go." And I turned to my Northwestern friend. I was like, "I don't go here." And then, so then I'm sitting down with them at dinner, and a few of the Northwestern girls leave, and the advisor turns to me, and I'm like, "I go to Maryland," and she was like, "I know." So once they arrived back at the table, I was like, "Okay, cat's out of the bag. She knows I don't go here, so we're good." Okay, now on to the speech. Sorry. Okay. You only get 10 Thanks, guys. You only get 10 seconds to make an impression. You only get 10 minutes before people stop paying attention to you. Alex and I only get 5 minutes to honor and thank a woman who helped pave the way for almost every woman in this room. And I met Susan at this conference. And I didn't really know a lot about her until I started reading about her and just everything that she had done. And so I decided to find some people that do know something about Susan. And someone I talked to was Kathy. Kathy, can you raise your hand? And we all know Kathy as the board and head chair of Awesome. And I only knew her as the lady who had a bunch of announcements. But the first thing out of Kathy's mouth was, "Susan is a trailblazer." And the crazy thing is, when I talked to Susan, she just mentioned how other women were trailblazers. She didn't say anything about herself, never mentioned any of her accolades and everything that she's done for girls like me. And the cool thing about that was, just when you meet her, she is just so modest. She's nice. She has a great sense of humor, and honestly, before I met her, I was sort of expecting her to maybe have a slight ego, you know, because she's done so much, but not the case. You're awesome, don't worry. And Susan developed a love for sports at a very young age. She grew up in Baltimore, watching the O's, watching the Colts, and once she got out of school, she worked at the Baltimore News American, and then she joined the original staff at USA Today. And after that, she traveled to California, where the Sacramento Bee hired her to cover the Oakland A's. Now, this is where she developed the name, the Rat Lady. So, for those of you who do not know the Rat Lady story, here is a quick little short story for you. So, I guess one guy thought it would be a great idea to sort of give Susan a housewarming gift. Well, it was a gift wrapped rat. Now, I don't know about any of you, but whenever I even see a rat running around, I scream. It could be 50 feet away from me, I will still scream. So instead of quitting and giving up, Susan didn't quit. She strived and she kept pursuing, even though she ran into roadblocks like that. I was gonna ask her if she filed a lawsuit, or if she got a lot of media attention, or if she received a lot of money. And you know what she said to me? She goes, "Chloe, all I wanted to do was my job." That's all her and other women wanted to do at that time, was just do their job without any scrutiny. So after the Rat Lady incident, that's when she joined 3 other women to help form this awesome thing in, I believe, 1987. And it motivated Susan to keep going. And she stopped doing the whole newspaper business for 2 years, and she wrote a book, and it was called Lady in the Locker Room, which she actually gave me and Alex a personal copy. And in it, she wrote to me, "You will go far, don't let this scare you."
Can you hear me? Okay. Before I continue with Susan's career, I also want to thank Northwestern for taking care of Chloe while I came in the next day, so thank you. So then after her book, she went back to journalism to the San Francisco Chronicle and Examiner, where she covered everything: news, real estate, home and garden, most importantly, golf. So she was there for 15 years, and in 2008, she asked for a buyout, and she created Gotta Go Golf, a digital magazine for women, which also transformed into a blog and a newsletter with thousands of subscribers. So, big deal. Most recently, at the end of last year, beginning of this year, she wrote Confessions of a Golf Slut. Although she has over 2,000 bylines, 3 books, 3 websites, we think the title is a good reflection of her easy and outgoing personality that has helped her achieve all of her success. Also recently, Susan has sold the rights to Lady in the Locker Room to turn it into a film. So a lot of things that we got out of her brother and her friends, Kelly and Randy here from Arizona, was that when her family was being interviewed about the movie, they said, did Susan have any problems breaking in or was she nervous? And they said, who? Susan? So I think that's a really great observation of her personality and how she was able to persevere and be so successful. Susan hopes that Lady in the Locker Room is a character that people will be able to root for, and I think everyone here will definitely be able to root for her. So go see it when it comes out. We cannot thank Susan enough for asking us to introduce her and all the trailblazing she has done to bring us all together today and make sports journalism a viable option for all of us. Congratulations on your much-deserved Pioneer Award and joining your fellow awesome founders and trailblazers.